Lionel Messi is an alien. I mean, I know I'm saying the same thing everybody's always said, Rob, but he is an alien, and he did it again. Now, it helps that Cincinnati was chasing the game and left that space in behind twice for Allende to score the goals he scored. But Lionel Messi, is this his second header of the playoffs? I know he scored a header recently. Is his second header of the playoffs?
Yeah.
A man who never, a 5'6" dude who never scores headers, has 2 goals from headers, cabezazos in the playoffs. I mean, that tells you the commitment. And again, the Brenner, my guy, you are a great player and you were an MVP candidate this year, but how you got the ball stripped from you and turned into a goal by Lionel Messi of all people, you should never live that down. I mean, that's the commitment Messi's putting in to defend in that spot to create that moment. But man, Brenner, that is a tough beat for you.
I think it might have been Brenner, but definitely one of the Cincinnati players taking some heat online for immediately going for the shirt exchange with him. Have some pride. You just got absolutely smoked 4-0 and, asking for the opponent's jersey right off the bat. Maybe, open yourself for criticism there. But at Son going to that game, and we threw out this, or producer Jenny threw out the Spursy word, but the free kick, it was very Spursy to hit. There's an absolute world-even free kick to save the day, to keep the season alive, and then for it to play out to go the other direction. But I don't know if you saw this. Like I said, you're coming back in from paradise outside of most communications, coming back to this world, coming back to the soccer world. Hugo Lloris complaining about the surface.
I mean,
is that sour grapes or is that justified?
No, I think it's justified that they play on shit turf in Vancouver. That's true. That's not a new thing. I've heard it. I've worked with MLS head coaches and people in the league who have said, I can't believe that they let anybody play soccer on that stuff, that it's that bad. Now, obviously, this is the subplot here is that Vancouver is really good, right? They beat LAFC and they played on the same stuff LAFC did. I mean, maybe it's sour grapes from Hugo Lloris and the fact that they played on the same stuff as Vancouver, and Vancouver beat them. But you've got that. You've got the potential relocation, the potential sale of the club, which I guess has been pulled back, but they're now looking for investment. Don Garber made a trip to Vancouver recently to try to drum up support to build a stadium in Vancouver. Basically, he showed up to be the guy who says, if you don't do this, your team's not going to be here much longer. Watch them go win an MLS Cup title only to be told, if you don't build a stadium, Vancouver's moving. And what if they move to like Memphis or something?
There's a well-beaten path in that direction. That would be terrible. That would be terrible.
Move to Memphis, but still, I mean, I wouldn't be funny. That would be sad. Look, that LAFC was my pick to win the whole thing. They're out, because they were beaten by a very good team in Vancouver. Now we've obviously got Philadelphia knocked out by NYCFC. Their mode of play ran up against a decent team who knew how to take them down, right? Press them as well as they pressed NYCFC. The fact that you've got 93-year-old Maxi Morales out there doing things and scoring goals. I mean, I don't think they're going to beat Inter Miami, especially now that I believe they have to go to Miami, right? Miami finished higher than NYCFC, which bonus for Inter Miami to playing a home game in the Eastern Conference Final. And we, of course, wait for San Diego and Minnesota tonight. The other thing about the Miami one, before we move on, Luis Suarez being benched, best possible move. Give a lot of credit to Javier Mascherano and Inter Miami for doing what was necessary. Silvetti was very good. Obviously, Allende scores twice. He's been excellent in the playoffs, but that makes them a better defensive team because Luis Suarez gives them nothing defensively, and they are better pressing from the front and creating those opportunities that they did against Cincinnati without him on the field.
Is that a sign of the times that maybe Suarez not coming back for the next chapter in the Messi Miami experience?
Don't know yet. Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, NYCFC comes to town. They're down their best goal scorer, and they still managed to do it. That was only one goal against Philadelphia, but interesting MLS Cup playoffs, to say the least.
Yeah, no doubt. And the moment I got to see some of I watched the first half of that NYCFC, that Maxi Morales goal, wonderful combination play, very easy on the eye, but unfortunate for Philadelphia Union fans as their season kind of went out on a quiet note. And with the tumultuous reporting coming out last week with Ernst Tanner, we'll see what the future of one of the lowest spending yet most highly successful teams this year.
I feel bad. I know our man Mike is in the chat right now. Shout out to Mike, who's an MK Ultra. Be like Mike, because become an MK Ultra. Get your comments on screen. Obviously, be part of the Discord. All of those things. Just a couple bucks a month. But I feel bad for Mike because it is all right. So he wants to make kind of an excuse for the 3 weeks off for Philadelphia. But the bloom has really come off the rose the last week for the Philadelphia Union. You have the Ernst Tanner controversy, the transgressions, the bad things he said and did. And now you have
allegedly.
Well, okay, allegedly. I trust the reporting, but allegedly. And then you've got this running up against the same team that took you down in a conference final a couple years back and went on to win MLS Cup. I just, they do a lot of things right in Philadelphia, right? Whatever Ernst Tanner's character, they do a lot of things right in Philadelphia. I think that they are a model club if you want to be that kind of club that develops players, brings them through and plays them. But if you can't win a title, people are going to ask, what are you doing here? Why aren't you doing it a different way? This is not English football where you sort of accept your role in the table. Oh, we're going to be mid-table and that's great. We're not going to be relegated. In Major League Soccer, if you are not challenging for an MLS Cup title, you are doing it wrong. And that's what's going on with the Union right now.